What if overcoming procrastination was as easy as simply closing your eyes? So stick with me. I'm going to guide you through a self-hypnosis process that will instantly get rid of your procrastination in about 15 to 20 seconds or less. Now, before I share that technique with you, there's a couple of principles we must understand in order to actually make the technique work, okay? And the first one is recognizing when you procrastinate. Now, a lot of high achievers will think that they don't procrastinate. And they'll be like, I'm motivated, I work hard. And yes, you are right. However, we are often working on the things that are easy and that we know we can do. And we're avoiding the things that we aren't very good at and the things that are actually going to move the needle in our lives and in our businesses. So there's this very interesting concept some of you may be familiar with. It's the 4 things that we can work on, right? Matter of fact, I'll write them down. So we have what we call things that are unimportant, okay, and not urgent, all right? So unimportant, not urgent. That's watching TV. It's not important and it's not urgent at all, right? Now we have things that are, I'll put it up here. We have things that are urgent, but not important, okay? So things that are urgent, but not important is like, I got to do the dishes, right? Or I got to mow my lawn. It's urgent. We need to do it now, but it may not be that important. I mean, don't get me wrong, doing the dishes are important, but you know what I'm saying? Like on a business standpoint, doing your dishes is not very important, right? Then we have things that are important, but not urgent, okay? Now I'm going to come back to this one here in a second because this is where all the money's made. And then lastly, we have things that are important. Excuse me. I always get confused when I do this. They're urgent and they're important, okay? So this is putting out the fires in your business, in your life, right? Or you get the customer that calls or the thing that happens, the technology goes out and it's urgent. It needs to be done right now and it's important. Now, where most people get stuck is they spend a lot of time here, putting out fires constantly, reacting to the day. And where most of the money is made, most of our success is going to come from here. The things that are important, but they're not urgent, right? That's that hire that you need to make, the marketing that you need to do, the bigger picture things, building your brand, right? Starting a YouTube channel, starting an Instagram channel, and consistently putting out content. It's important, but it's not urgent. You'll be fine if you don't do it today. However, in the long run, it's going to cost you. Now, the reason I share this diagram with you is because, yes, again, most people that are working really hard, it seems as though they're not procrastinating because they're spending all of their time here doing the things that are urgent and important, the fires that need to be put out now, and then they procrastinate on the things that are here. Now, one of the reasons that people procrastinate here is because it's new, they're usually not good at it, or it's a skill that they are resistant to developing. So by understanding, okay, wait a minute. Yes, I am working hard, but what am I procrastinating on big picture? The big levers in my business are going to help me move forward. That's step number 1. Number 2 thing to understand is that our subconscious mind always wants to take the path of least resistance. And this kind of plays into this here. Again, the reason we do all this is because we're used to it. We're used to the day-to-day stuff that we know we can do. When we do the bigger picture things, like, oh, I got to put myself out there on video. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to start a YouTube channel. I don't even know what to talk about. So then we will procrastinate and it'll look like we're working hard because we spend time over here. So just be aware that your subconscious mind always wants to take the path of least resistance. That's normal. Just like your child, when you very first teach them to brush their teeth or to tie their shoes or to put on their clothes, they don't want to do it at first. They want to take the path of least resistance, which is just not brushing your teeth for days and days and days. However, as the parent, we have to stay there and be consistent and get them to create that habit. And then again, they're resisting it because they don't know how to do it. But once they understand how to do it, it becomes second nature. So understanding this concept that what you're experiencing is perfectly normal, and just know that that's part of the process of growing and learning, right? Now, number 3, which ties into number 2 as well, is pay. And then we're going to jump into the technique right now. It's very, very quick. It's very, very easy, and it instantly gets rid of your procrastination. So pay attention to your physical responses in your body when you are doing the things that are important and not urgent. So let's say you have to implement a new software in your business, or you have to hire a new person and you've been putting it off, right? Well, what you want to do is pay attention to how your body is physically reacting when you go to do it. Now, most of the time, you'll start to feel yourself getting frustrated. Blood may rush to your face, it may rush to your hands. And the reason that's happening is because you're starting to get angry, you're starting to get frustrated. And when we get angry and frustrated, the blood leaves the frontal lobe, it goes to the amygdala, and now we cannot solve problems. We're just in fight or flight. So, again, as you start to feel those physical responses, and again, it may be the flustering of the face, the hands, you'll start to feel some tension in your chest or even in your upper back. You start to kind of get like this feeling. You have to just breathe out those feelings, those negative emotions, the frustration, the stress, the anxiety. Allow yourself to relax and then do the work. And when you do this work in this sort of, you're just you're not getting emotionally invested, meaning you could just do it and you're not sitting there getting upset and angry. You're also not super happy and excited. You're just doing the work, right? Just like if you were walking down the street, you're not going to sit there and get frustrated. And at the same time, you're not going to be skipping all happy. You're just walking. You're just doing the work without getting emotionally involved. So pay attention to the physical reactions. Don't let yourself get emotionally invested, and that'll help you instantly get rid of the procrastination. Okay. Number 4 is looking at the pain and the pleasure of what you're doing. Meaning, if you don't do the thing that is important and not urgent, what's the long-term effects of this? How is this going to negatively impact you? Right. So, again, if you're a business owner, you're working really, really hard, you're like, I need to hire somebody, but you're not because you have that resistance. Think about your life 5 years from today or 10 years from today being stuck in the same position that you're currently at. Okay. Doesn't feel so good. It feels overwhelming. It feels frustrating. But what happens is that pain that we feel of like, oh my God, I don't want this to happen, that gets us to get motivated to take action and get over our resistance. Now, at the same time, we want to think about the pain that's going to be caused long term if we don't do something. And also, we want to think about the pleasure, the reward that we get by doing it. So then you start to think about, hey, when I do this, when I hire this person, oh my God, I'll have the freedom to do what I want. I'll be able to spend my time doing this. I'll be able to do my hobbies. I'll be able to buy the new car, the new house, or the relationship, or have time to go to the gym and get in best shape of my life. So you think about the benefits, the outcome of what you get by taking the action. And then again, that will help the resistance go away. Okay. Now, the last step, and we're going to do the self-hypnosis here. And it's similar to what I just said, but let me explain. So focus on end result. So what happens when we begin to procrastinate is in our mind's eye, we are thinking about all the work that needs to be done. We're thinking about the call that needs to be made. We're thinking about the, having to implement the thing in our business or whatever. And when you think about the work that needs to be done, we start to feel that resistance, right? Again, we'll start working on something and suddenly we'll be like, I think I need to go get a glass of water, or I need to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to go take a nap, right? So rather than thinking about all the work that needs to be done, think about the end result of what you're going to get by doing the work. So in other words, one of the reasons people procrastinate and go to the gym is because they're thinking about having to work out and, oh my God, I got to drive to the gym. I got to stretch. I got to warm up, and then I got to lift these heavy weights and feel bad. And man, I just don't want to do that. Well, if you're only focused on that, you're going to feel that resistance and not want to go to the gym. So instead of doing that, what we want to do is think about the end result that we get by going to the gym. Not just the one time. We can also extrapolate that out and go, okay, if I go to the gym today, how will I feel? Well, I'm going to get that good pump. I'm going to feel that confidence. I'll feel that sense of accomplishment that I did it. I'll also feel the endorphins of the happiness, and it'll give me energy to go throughout my day, right? So we visualize that in our mind's eye. And then we can go further. Hey, when I'm consistent in the gym for the next 3 months in a row, what will my life be like then? How will that have an impact on my relationships, on my health, on my finances, on my business? And you start to create these images, and suddenly, boom, you get motivated, and then you go take action. Okay. So hit the like button if you're ready to do the self-hypnosis process. And this is something very, very easy. When you practice this, your ability to take action on the difficult things will become second nature. Okay. So hit the like button if you're ready to do the exercise. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about something you've been procrastinating on. Matter of fact, do me a favor and type in the chat What are you procrastinating on? Okay, and I know I've been talking a lot about business in this video. Type if it's in your business, if it's in your with your health, whatever you've been putting off. The big picture thing. Again, I know most of you that are watching this are action takers. You're doing the work. Good. What's the thing you've been putting off? So type in the chat. Now, as you had that in your mind, if you haven't thought of something, you could pause this video. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about, whenever you think about doing the thing that you've been procrastinating on, notice what comes to your mind. Notice the pictures. Okay? And again, notice you're thinking about doing the work. You're sitting there on your computer. You're like, oh my God, this is taking forever. You're imagining yourself making the phone calls or working out. And notice where you start to feel that resistance in your body. And as you notice where you feel that resistance in your body, what I want you to do now instead, I want you to just momentarily forget about the work that needs to be done. Just forget about being on the computer, making the calls, going to the gym. And all I want you to do is imagine yourself having successfully completed whatever it is that you've been putting off. You hired the person, you made the calls, you closed the deal, you went to the gym, you feel amazing, and just focus on that right now. And as you do that, again, you've successfully completed. It's done. You are a success. I want you to feel that sense of accomplishment, that sense of excitement that you got it done, and all that's going to help you create in the future. And allow yourself to smile from ear to ear. Really allow yourself to experience that feeling of success, accomplishment, of personal power in this moment. Now let's just go a little bit further. Let's go out 3 to 6 months from now. And imagine you've done the thing, you've worked on it, everything's clicking, right? You've hired the person, you've closed the deals, you've built out the thing into the company, you've put in the systems, you've went to the gym, and notice how that's impacted your life just 3 to 6 short months from today. 3 to 6 months will go by like that. And I want you to notice how that improves every aspect of your life. How it improves your finances, your relationships, your romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, your relationship with yourself. How does this improve your health, like your mental health, your emotional health, your energy, your physical health? How does it feel on an everyday basis knowing that you're an action taker, that you get those big things done? Wonderful. Now come back, open your eyes, hit the like button if you feel empowered right now to take action on the thing you just visualized. And again, comment down below what you just saw. What did you see just, again, 3 to 6 short months from now when you consistently took action? So now here's the kicker, and this is the key point. Remembering this, so you may want to save this video, remember this, and then do this consistently. Just when you start to feel the procrastination, close your eyes and visualize that successful outcome. Visualize, 3 to 6 months from now. And when you do this, you'll start to prime your brain to where you no longer procrastinate on those big things. And as soon as you have that new project or that big task, you will immediately take action. It'll just be part of who you are. It'll just be part of your nature, okay? Rather than you having to close your eyes and visualize it, it just becomes who you are. So guys, if you like this video and you're a business owner or a salesperson, you're like, Dom, that was really powerful. I want to make this permanent and I really want to take it to the next level. And not only do I want to take it to the next level, I want to get there fast. I want to get the fastest results possible. Well, the fastest results possible is by working with myself or someone on my team where we can do a deeper dive to clear out some of the subconscious resistance that's holding you back from taking action on those big picture goals. So if that's you, there's going to be a link down in the description for you to book a free assessment with one of my certified hypnotherapists to see if you and I are a good fit to work together. Now, if you're somebody who just went through that exercise, you're like, oh my God, I love this stuff. I want to learn more about self-hypnosis. I want to learn more about the subconscious mind and how you can program your mind for success. And maybe you feel called to help others. You're like, man, I need to learn this to be able to help my kids or be able to help my family or help my friends. Or maybe you feel like you want to do this as your life calling, like me, like be a coach. If that's you, and again, if you want to learn it for yourself, there's going to be a free training, a free hypnosis training where I dive deeper into more of the science behind hypnosis, how it actually works, all that good stuff, and how you can actually start using some of these tools right away. So there'll be a free, there's a link down in the description for you to get access to the free hypnosis training. All right, guys, so Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next video.